Hey everyone, it's been a few days since I posted the last video on the art of exploration. I hope you guys are doing really well in practicing how to create a mindful space. And so today we are going to move on to step 2, and we're going to talk about something very important. Are you asking the right question? Okay. Why is this important? Because if you are asking the wrong question, you will get the wrong answer. Really, it's that simple. So, asking the right question can be a very, very powerful exercise. It can go from a limited situation to when we reframe, when we ask the right question, it can reframe a situation and create possibilities, okay? Remember that saying from the Bible. It says, ask and you shall receive. The problem is we don't know how to ask. And then we complain about not receiving. Okay? So how do we go about asking the right question? I want to point something out here. With regards to your big question in this art of exploration, ask yourself, am I asking a question? Or am I making a statement? There is a difference between the two, between a question and a statement. Now, statement is limiting, but a question opens up possibilities. Possibilities even beyond your own imagination. Remember, the law of attraction states what you believe, think, or say is what you will attract to yourself, or what you will attract more of. So if you say, will I have a positive or negative, will I have positive or negative thoughts today? Or if you say, will I make it through the day without anxiety and without medication? Or if you say, will I ever get my son back? By default, you are making a statement to the universe that says, I am not in control, I have no power, not even over myself. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you will create more of what you have been creating. That's not always a good thing. So let's try to change those statements into questions. Questions that would reframe the situation. I want to ask, instead of saying, will I have positive or negative thoughts today? How about saying, how can I stay in a positive mindset today? You see how that reframes the whole situation. Instead of saying, will I make it through the day without anxiety and without medication? How about saying, what tools would help me take better control of my anxiety and stay calm? Okay, what tools would help me to take better control of my anxiety and stay calm? Instead of saying, will I ever get my son back? What about, what is the best living scenario for my son, and how can this be made possible? You see, in this last question, it's not to discount the pain of a mother who doesn't get to see her son, but to ask the question, what is the highest good for a mother's son? Because the situation involves two people, not just you. Remember, the universe is energy, and this energy is alive and abundant. Scientists now believe that there may be up to 26 dimensions that exist in our universe. But our human mind can only conceptualize what is the 5th or 6th dimension and what it looks like. So when we ask questions, always know that the universe is far more intelligent and able to create possibilities that the human mind may not even be able to conceptualize. So when we ask of the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, we need to ask in such a way that anything becomes possible. This is how answers and solutions will show up without the need for your rational thinking mind to try to figure it all out, because that just is not possible. A question should feel empowering. But oftentimes when we confuse a question and we're making a statement, it becomes very, very disempowering. So it contains within it seeds, statements contain within it seeds of judgment and untruths that we have told ourselves. By the way, I want to give credit to those of you who've done some work with me, because it shows in your questions. Nonetheless, I also want you to be aware of any areas of limitation that you are putting on yourselves. So, for example, one of you asked, how can I create a more abundant, easier financial situation in my life? What I'd like to do is reframe that question to, what steps would allow more financial abundance into my life? What steps would allow more financial abundance into my life? Okay. Can you see that sometimes it really is just semantics, right? When we reframe the question, it opens up possibilities. By saying an easier financial situation, you are settling. You are settling for something that may be very restricting and not comfortable. However, when you open the question up, infinite possibilities become available to you. Like I said, the universe is abundant. And so amazing things can happen and miracles can show up in ways that you didn't even think were possible. So what kind of abundance could show up for you? Let's spend a little bit of time talking about statements for a minute. I don't want to dampen the idea of statements, because there is a time and place when a statement can be incredibly useful. And I mean when we set an intention for something. So if you set a strong enough intention and you make a statement to heal something, it will get done. Okay? If you set a strong enough intention to do a project, it gets done, right? So that is a perfect place to use statements, to set an intention, to make something happen. So as we move on, today's homework is to create your mindful space. Go back, create your mindful space. And I want you to look at your big question, revisit that big question, and see if it needs to be reframed. See if there are ways in which you can open the question up to more possibilities, infinite possibilities. I'm really excited to see how this works out and what happens in this process. So good luck, and I will see you in the next video.